Hello guys, what's going on? My name is Marco. So I made two videos talking about the Stranger Things. Basically, one of them is about Stranger Things final, final thoughts and about the finale about Stranger Things Part 5. Which, to be honest, dude, some of the stuff, like in Stranger Things 5, I was like, you try to explain certain things, re-explain certain things. Like, we're in season 5. I think the people should already know. And the people that don't know, why would you start at season 5? I don't know. And then I also made another video talking about this freaking conspiracy. Not conspiracy, but this basically, is there a freaking, 9 episode, secret episode, right? So I feel like I wanted to make this final one. So let's talk about it. So first of all, as I'm recording this video, it's past 8. Past 8. So there's that. And guess what? Nothing. Zero. Zip. Nada. Zero. Guess what? Nothing happened. People are probably thinking, see? I knew nothing was going to happen. I keep telling you guys. I told everybody, guess what? Nothing's gonna happen. I'm probably sure that nothing's gonna happen. But if something does happen, that's pretty cool, right? That's a consistent thing that I hear people saying. And one thing I will say is that, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that nothing is going to happen? But if something does happen, it will be pretty cool. Why are you saying that? To me, I would not say something like that. Because the thing about it is that I will say, there's some speculations that season 9, right? Not season, I mean, my head's going crazy. But there's a 9th episode in season 5 in Stranger Things. Right? They're speculating that. That would be pretty cool if it happened, if that was the case. But if nothing happens, then that sucks, right? That's the way I would be. I'm not gonna say, oh my god, nothing's gonna happen. But if it did, that'd be pretty cool, right? I wouldn't say that. Why? Because the people that said that nothing's gonna happen is because they were satisfied with Stranger Things. Right? That means they liked it. That means if you liked it, that's fine. Right? Personally, me, did I like it? Yes and no. There were some elements in it that I thought were pretty cool and whatever. But there were some unanswered questions. For instance, I remember there was a part where the military went to the radio tower and they did snag or they grab, right? Who is it? I forgot her name, but she was in a coma and then she was in a wheelchair or something like that. And she was with I think she was with Robin's girlfriend, I guess. I forgot their name. I don't know. I have brain fog. I forgot their name, but they're hitting that. And that was they go down. It's it looks like these people did their homework, right? And they put on a projector. And guess what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened after that. After that, it's when the crew got out from the military car in the freaking what's it called? Van. They got out, and guess what? They did have those spikes. And that's it. And they grabbed everyone, and that's it. And that's where Eleven did her thing. And basically sacrifice herself or something like that. Then why? It feels like the military was kind of building them up. Building them up. To and after that, 18 months later, I think that's what it said. And nothing? People are saying, yeah, but Hopper could have done this. Hopper would have been you know what? We know what the hell you're doing. You're doing some illegal shit. You know what? I won't say anything about the illegal shit that the military is doing, that you're doing. If you give me back my freaking police job and I'll still be good, right? Yeah. I won't say anything if you don't say, if you do that for me. You're like, okay, it's not a deal, right? But that's just something that we just gotta assume. We just gotta use our brain and kind of like imagine that or believe that. Like, no, because you're not showing us. When he was talking to Mike, in that play, you can mention, hey, I'm wearing, I have a uniform, the police force, the military were able to, like, still be able to let me, keep my police job, right? And you would have been like, oh, that's cool. That's it. Wow. I don't know, maybe still. I saw a video about a person that they were like talking about how like in the interviews of these what's it called, of the brothers, right? I keep forgetting their names. I don't know, but like the people that directed and made this show, they were interviewing them like they're like their answers were just vague. And this guy, let me act as like the third director in it, and he actually answered some of the question very rarely. I'm like, bro, if you could be like, if people are gonna ask you these questions, you should already have a good answer for them. I think it's the Dutch brother, something brothers. I don't know. So there's that, right? You should have, especially when you're the director. Why can't you just say, oh, you can't because it needs to be like secretly. Secretly for what? Exactly. For what? Right? So we entered this final stage there where nothing happened. Right? Am I surprised that nothing happened? I'm in the middle. Because here's the thing, something could definitely happen out in the horizon, but now it's less likely. Because if it didn't happen today, less likely to happen in the horizon. Right? They are thinking about doing a spin-off show or something like that, which I'm just like, well, this finale, I didn't like it, so I'm not interested in that. I'm sorry. If it would have been good, I would have been like, guess what? That spin-off show, I'll give it a try. Now I kind of don't want to. And why don't I? Because like I said, the military brought the conclusion. Also, the fight with the big giant spider kaiju was so short, and I felt like they already knew how to kill them. And also, what about what's it called? What about the Demigorgons? What about the Demi-Bats? Oh yeah, those they were out in the horizon or something like that. Show them. What do you mean they were in the horizon? If they were there, why did because Vecna wasn't really expecting. How did that big thing turn into a spider and sense that, they were coming in? And also, Holly and the rest of the kids, they were getting away from the Mind Flayer, or like the, what's it called? The guy, I forgot his name. Why? And basically, they were not like in control of him. And also, the Mind Flayer was controlling Vecna. No. Yeah, the Mind Flayer was controlling Vecna. Yeah. Vecna was like, yeah. And you guys hear the chimes at the end of the clock. Like, why would you put those chimes? And also, like, there are a lot of clues that are hinting and something like that. Like, but there are some right in your face, like certain things that was like, wait, what? How come nothing happened? Why did this and that? I don't know, man. I think they really dropped the ball here because they could. Here's the thing: one of the things they could have done is that they could have, like in Netflix, they could have posted something like a small little teaser about something. And this would have been such an amazing thing if they would have done it, but since they didn't, and people were saying, "Oh, it's the fans," but then also like Netflix didn't really confirm it. Yes, the director did confirm it, and other people did, but like, who knows? And people were from like not believing it to kind of maybe there's something, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and now it's like nothing happened. If you would have just released like a smaller teaser for something, anything, that would have been something. You know, or if you were planning, you were like, you were not expecting this to happen, and you were Netflix, and you're like, should we, what should we do? Should we, do a secret ending, or should we not do a secret ending? Even though if we do a secret ending, we could get numbers, money. I don't know, but then it's gonna be, but then if we do it, it's going to be like, we need more time. Or you could easily done a teaser, like a letter and teaser. You could put in like a date or like a clock. Because all I can think about is that Vecna's clock didn't show up in season 5. Yes, you can hear the chimes, but the actual clock, what happened to it? Like, I love that clock. That clock was really cool. And a lot of people were doing that clock. People had the Vecna clock in their display for Halloween, but then they also have freaking, like, I forgot, Max. Yeah, Max's character floating for a display for Halloween. And also, it would have been so dope if for some reason the radios did not work and they were going to contact the rest of the people that were, like, in the other world, and they would have the lettering with the Christmas lights like they did in season 1, and try to contact them like that. That would have been an amazing throwback. But yeah, they did do the Dungeons and Dragons throwback, so there's that. Other than that, my thoughts is that, look, there is going to be a documentary coming out how they filmed season 5, which, to be honest, if you didn't like season 5, do you really want to watch the documentary? Maybe CGI, maybe how cool they will be, stuff like that. Oh, there were some deleted scenes. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's going to come out and they're going to release the deleted scenes. Maybe that's why they don't want to say alternative endings or whatever. Well, I'll be watching that. Yeah, I'm not excited for it, but when I hear deleted scenes, I'm just like, what were those deleted scenes? So that one, I might watch it. It's January 12th, I believe. So there's that. I might watch that. But a spin-off show or whatever, I'm not interested on it because they didn't do so well. And then also, like, and that's it. Also the animation they're doing, I don't know if it's going to come out, whatever. The animation looks pretty cool, but I'm just not interested in it because the live action one is the one that I was really interested. If you want me to get interested in a animated show, then you could have done Stranger Things Part 5, a really good one, going back. And I feel like some people said that Stranger Things Part 4 felt like back to form, back to like the original, like the first one, the way it was. And then Stranger Things Season 5 felt like Disneyland. It's kind of like you went to Horror Nights, Universal Studios, and then it's like, and you're the parent, and then your kids are scared, whatever, and then the next day you're like, well, we're gonna go to Disneyland, do like the Halloween part of Disneyland. You go there and everything's just like parades and jack-o'-lanterns and stuff like that, and not that scary. I don't know. Yeah. But if nothing comes from this, nothing really true comes from this, I'm gonna say the line that basically Doc Brown said in Back to the Future when Marty McFly tried to like basically find out, look for me, found them, and he was like, "I'm gonna read your mind." And then at the end, you know what this means? And Doc Brown says, "What?" It means that this piece of shit does not work, and it didn't work. And I'm just gonna be like, man, you know what this means? If this didn't happen, guess what? It means that season 5, specifically the ending, was freaking rushed. Because volume 2 could be cut down because it dragged, it was long, but the parts that we wanted to be more of and more explanation, stuff like that, were rushed, and the parts that we didn't really care, like volume 2 and certain elements, were, to be honest, dude, they were like, I don't know, like they would take, like, for instance, you could have done like the whole wheel part, you could have cut down, sure, you could have figured out a way, because that's not that important. important, right? And also when Jonathan and I forgot her name, they were melting and they were all, yeah, it's a cooler sequence, whatever. But I feel like and they were coming out with but they could have done it any other way, right? And there was so much stuff that they could have cut down on and stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, you realize that the military parts didn't really matter. Like, what? That's the thing. It's like it didn't matter at the end. So nothing really happened. I wish something did happen because it is what it is. A lot of people are saying because denial and stuff like that, because the grief and you didn't want the show to end or something like that. Like, come on, bro. It's like, of course I wanted the show to end. By the way, 11, her passing away, even though it's kind of like put out for interpretation, but it still feels like she passed away. 11 wasn't really my favorite character, but the way it ended, it wasn't satisfying, and I wanted to get good satisfaction. And it would have done a 9C, that would have been really great. Because then I would have been like, remember what Stranger Things did? Remember what Netflix did? That would have been like, they would have had their stamp. That would have been a gold mine. Even though they don't know how to do that. And here's the thing. So this shit didn't happen. I feel like there's going to be YouTubers out there that make videos about recreating something. I feel like they're going to be like, you know what? I didn't like the ending of Stranger Things Part 5. I mean, Season 5. Or I'm gonna recreate that secret ending. Or some person is gonna create an AI clip of that secret, episode 9. Mark my words, that could happen, and I'll be really curious. Because I've seen people doing some good AI. I've seen some people doing some AI shit that look kind of realistic. So I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of, at the same time, it's the Duff Brothers. I'm not gonna do that. I kind of want to take a peek at those things, because that's the way I am, right? And I'm not a huge fan of this show. It's just like, what? Like, why is that short? What? I don't know. That's about it. Hope you guys have a good one. See you guys later. I don't want to drag this for so long, so bye.